the chanting of the holy name can be done most effectively in a certain type of climate of consciousness. Like, for example, before the aeroplane takes off, they prepare the propeller, isn't it? You seen? The propeller builds up first, and then the aeroplane takes off. Similarly, we need a certain type of mindset for one to do the chanting of the holy name very effectively. Because if there is no ground level preparation, your car doesn't take off, but aeroplane takes off. Because aeroplane device is also made like that. Plus, you must have studied in law of buoyancy, where you study about the lift and drag, isn't it? So, the drag happens with car also. But how does the lift happen? Because of the propeller. The propeller has already propelled and prepared. So, as soon as the drag is completed for a certain distance in the runway, then it takes off after that. Or the car will continue running on the ground only. So that is the difference between a human body and an animal body. Human body is like an aeroplane, animal body is like a car. Animal will keep on going in the ground level only. Animal bodies act by instinct. They just want to eat, sleep, mate and defend and go to sleep, that's all. They don't do anything. But in human body, you can propel and go to a spiritual plane. From a material plane, you can go to a spiritual plane. So that capacity, that potential, that ability is there in a human body. So how one propels oneself up spiritually? So the very first thing for that is cultivation of knowledge. Because without knowing our true identity, therefore Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is singing, Ayananda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam budhau kripaya tava pada pankajastita dhuli sadrisham vichintaya. He's saying, O son of Nanda Krishna, Ayananda tanuja kinkaram patitam, I have fallen into this ocean of birth and death. Although I am supposed to be on a spiritual plane, I have fallen into the material plane. Please kindly pick me up from this ocean of birth and death, which is very miserable, where one forgets the Lord and turns away into nefarious, useless activities that produce pain to us and produce pain to others also. So, Kripaya tava pada pankaja stitadhuli sadrisham vichindya. Please pick me up from this ocean of birth and death and place me at your lotus feet as one of the devotees in the spiritual world. So, this is the first knowledge about our relationship between us and the Lord and the loving relationship which we have turned away from. So, this is where the basic knowledge begins. So, our mind has three functions: thinking, feeling, and willing. So, what should we think about? We should think about this knowledge which I told you just now. Oh, my dear Lord Krishna, I am pure spirit soul, but I have become trapped in a bodily cage. Just like a bird which can fly freely in the sky has become trapped in a cage. So, bird is comfortable where? In a cage or in the free sky. And the soul is also very happy in the spiritual plane, but he is now trapped in the bodily cage. This body is feeling sweating in the hot summer. The body feels miserable in chill winter. So we are not comfortable. The body, doesn't like slogging hard in 3 shifts, working in a job. But this body has to undergo so many difficulties. So get me out of this bodily trap and take me back to the spiritual world. So one should actually think about our situation at the moment and how we want to get out of the situation and be in our eternal situation. That's one thing we should think about. Another thing we should think about is the glories of Lord and His mercy and His compassion and His appearances in this world in varieties of ways. For example, He has come as Bhagavad Gita. He has come as a holy Prasadam. He has come as the holy deities. He has come as the holy Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, holy rivers. He has come as the holy places like Pandharpur, Vrindavan, Mayapur, Dwaraka, Rameshwaram, so many holy places. He has come as the holy devotees, acharyas also, and thousands of devotees. And He has come as the holy name also. So the Lord has come in this world in varieties of forms. by coming in contact with those things, we can become purified and elevated, isn't it? So when we look at all the different forms in which Lord has come in this world, we feel gratitude. So feeling gratitude for Lord's gifts and thinking about our identity in relation to Him, how we are like a bird trapped in a cage. We have to return back to our original home. Original home is more happier than the bird who wanders here and there without shelter. In this world, we are like a bird flying in here and there without shelter. When the bird goes to the nest, the bird is happy in his own nest. The spiritual world is like our nest, from where we have come out and we are roaming around everywhere. So think about this. And how do we feel? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the second verse. What is the second verse of Shikshashtakam? What is this? Namnamakari bahuda nija sarva shaktis tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kalaha etadrushi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdaiva medrishamikha janinanuragaha. My dear Lord, you are so kind. Wherever I go, you always come behind me to take me back to spiritual world. But I always run away in a naughty way. I want to continue my mischiefs in the material world. And you are very patient also. You are like a very patient parent. You are waiting for me to turn to you and take help, get purified and go back to God. But I am turning away and running away from you. You have come as so many names, Krishna, Govinda, Gopala, Madhava, Madhusudana, so many nice names. In each of these names, your spiritual potency is there. But I am not taking advantage of these names. Although you have come as Hare Krishna mantra, Golokera Prema Dhana Harinama Sankirtana Ratina Janmilo Kene Thai. He's saying that this holy name of Hare Krishna mantra is imported from the spiritual world to the material world. So you have come in the form of Hare Krishna mantra. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for this japa, chanting. Even during japa, when I take the beads, my mind is wandering all over the world. I am not able to focus my attention. That is my misfortune, he is saying. Because without taking this treatment of the medicine, the more I can hear the holy name, the more my heart will get cleansed. Just like, for example, you have a plate which is very dry. After eating, sometimes your hand becomes dry. Plate becomes dry. But if you pour water from the tap and keep it flooded, after half an hour it will be cleansed very easily. But if you are not doing that, it is sticky substances don't come out. Similarly, the holy name should dwell. So I am not able to dwell in the holy name. I am letting my mind wander in passion. So this is my great misfortune. This is the feeling of a devotee. So think about the Lord's gifts and glories. Think about our relation to Him. Feel about our misfortune, where we are not serious enough to chant the holy name with attention. And willing, what do you do? With willing, make sure that every bead you count. Don't miss out any bead. Don't say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sometimes people go very fast. So make sure that, your chanting is proper. Willingness is used for the touch. Touch sensation. The willingness will be used for counting properly. Willingness also can be used for, not getting distracted with the eyes and ears. Sit in a yogic posture and keep your spine straight. And make sure you don't sleep away. And make sure you don't slip away also. Slip away is going out of the zone where devotees are doing japa. Don't sleep, don't slip. And be straight and be attentive. And tell your mind that the next, couple of hours, I'm going to completely absorb in chanting the holy name. This is actually treatment. Just like morning you brush your teeth, it's a treatment for the teeth. Otherwise teeth will be stinking. If you don't take bath, then body will be stinking. And if you don't chant, then mind will be stinking with lust, anger and greed. So we don't want the mind to stink. We want the mind to be clean. So this is the time for cleaning the mind. Morning. So, and also you have time for cleaning the room also, correct? No? You have time for overhauling your vehicle also. So everything has a time period when we devote some time and properly keep it clean and healthy, correct? No? So in the same manner, it's a daily process we have to do to make sure our mind is. I personally can tell you from my experience, when my chanting is very good, in the course of the day, my encounters with many people and my lectures and my thought is imbued with the quality of the morning chanting. So therefore, we have to chant very attentively, carefully, in a focused manner, with full concentration, with absorption, with a prayerful mood, with a desire to prepare ourselves for offering ourselves to Krishna. So in this way, this is the way you propel yourself, like a helicopter or like a plane. These are the preparations: thinking, feeling and willing. Then you take off. Then you can become transcendental during chanting and during the day. And then you can reach the destination of spiritual world very easily. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desert trees, ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki, Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki,